Let's talk about migraines. A migraine is a headache with a severe throbbing pain or a pulsing sensation, usually on one side of the head. It's really common and a lot of people suffer from it. It can occur once a year or even it can occur 3 to 4 times a week. Sometimes it can last for an hour, but sometimes it can even last for an entire day. And this can be very, very frustrating. Most people think there is no solution but to take a painkiller and suffer through it. And I know a lot of people who cancel their entire day because they probably had a migraine attack in the morning. But this is not the case, and it need not be like that. So let's try and identify the root causes of migraine and also find solutions for it. Most of the time, migraines are associated with an aura, light sensitivity. It can even lead to vomiting, nausea, like I said, a severe throbbing pain, and sometimes even extreme stroke-like symptoms and paralysis. The most important aspect here is that not all migraines are the same. The migraine one person experiences need not be the same symptom-wise with what another person has experienced. Just like that, the causes also need not be the same. These could be the causes of migraine. 1. A poor diet. A diet that is very low in all the vitamins, minerals, especially magnesium. Magnesium deficiency has been proven to cause headaches and even severe migraines. Another thing is the amount of caffeine in your diet. Alcohol and sugar can also play a part in migraines. A very important aspect or a cause of migraine which most of the time is never discussed is stress. If you have severe chronic stress, I am not talking about a stressful situation that you are currently in and having a migraine attack the next. I am talking about chronic stress that you are experiencing in your life. This can also be a cause for your migraine. Another important cause of migraine could be hormone imbalance. You've probably noticed that for a lot of people who menstruate, the severity of the migraine attacks during or around the time of your period cycle, menstrual cycle, is usually high. This could be because of estrogen dominance. If you want to learn in detail what estrogen dominance is, what the consequences are and what needs to be done, you can watch the video that is linked in the description below. Another reason could be the gluten in your diet. Gluten is basically a protein that is present in wheat, barley and maida and all of the grains. And gluten has been proven to be an extreme trigger for people who already have poor gut microbiome. Another important cause can also be food allergies or intolerances, meaning you've probably heard a lot of people are allergic to peanuts. Just like that, you might have a lot of food intolerances or allergy which you probably are unaware of. It could be nuts, it could be eggs, it could be, like I said, gluten. So being able to identify all these intolerant foods are also important. Another important factor is your bowel movements. Most of the time, if you are a person with severe migraine attacks, you probably also notice that you have impaired bowel movements or constipation. So these both are also linked. In short, there are multiple causes of migraine and a person can differ from another person with respect to the cause of the migraine. So being able to identify the cause is step number 1. Even though all these conditions are very hard to deal with, from a functional perspective, if you identify the root causes, the solutions are mostly simple. The most strategic way when it comes to a diet in a functional perspective is to try something called the elimination diet. This is where you eliminate a set of food that usually cause a lot of histamine in the body and can trigger the immune system. Like I mentioned before, in the elimination diet it could be gluten, it could be milk, it could be nuts and a whole set of other protocols that are scientifically followed. But make sure this protocol is done in a very scientific manner with the help of a professional. We have a lot of clients coming in, but they don't really come in for migraines, but they come in for other chronic conditions like it's probably obesity, it can be PCOD and other things. But most of the time, they end up having migraine attacks too. So when we try a protocol called the elimination diet, we see that in the first couple of weeks itself, the migraine attacks come down. Another factor is being able to manage your stress. Living without stress is practically impossible, but the way we look at stress and handle stress is what matters. Having a spiritual practice, a meditation practice, having good rituals in your life that promote good mental health is very important. A small example, an exercise that you have on a daily basis. Exercise is not for weight loss or any of that. Exercise is basically focused on your health, and under health comes mental health. Another thing could be a 10-minute of breathing exercise that you practice on a regular basis. This can have a physical ability to help you control stress. Another factor is, like I said, making sure your deficiencies are corrected. It could be magnesium, it can be B2, vitamin B2, riboflavin, it could be coenzyme Q10, and all of these other nutrients and vitamins that need to be kept under check. Another aspect could be your sleep rituals. A person who doesn't usually have a sleep ritual that follows the nature's circadian rhythm could be in trouble. So making sure you have good quality sleep more than quantity sleep is very important. Waking up fresh and having good energy levels are indicative of good sleep. Like I've mentioned in my previous videos, gut health is something that can have an overall impact on your health. Gut health is nothing but the health of your gut. Our gut is inhabited by trillions of bacteria, and the quality of this bacteria actually determines your health. If your gut has a lot of bad bacteria, it's called bad guys, you can probably have issues like migraines. In estrogen dominance, there is poor estrogen detoxification, meaning there is a lot of estrogen that is produced in our body with respect to the menstrual cycle. But depending on the cycle, after the period 3-4 days are over, this estrogen has to be taken out of the body. Otherwise, what happens is this estrogen accumulates in our body and creates a lot of issues. And one such issue that this estrogen can cause is migraines and headaches. To conclude, migraine is just not a headache. It can indicate a lot of issues that are going wrong in your body. So being able to identify what the actual cause of the migraine is your starting step. And eventually, when all the root causes that I just mentioned are identified and corrected one by one in a scientific manner, your body's dysfunctions vanish, your body becomes functional, and the migraines will slowly start to disappear. If you know someone who's suffering from migraine, please make sure to send this to them.